This is a story I've been wanting to do for a long time. For 40 years, fitness guru Richard Simmons entertained us and helped millions of people get into shape. And he hasn't been seen in public since 2014. And our next guest is trying to find out why. Please welcome the host of Missing Richard Simmons. It's a podcast. Say hello to Dan Taberski.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
So, congratulations.
Thank
You're
you.
the #1 podcast on iTunes.
Yeah, super weird.
But we love, like, I'm invested.
Good.
Richard's a friend to our show.
Yeah, I know he is, man. I'm invested too. I've been following this story for years.
Okay, so when did Richard go missing?
2014, February 15th, 2014, he stopped being Richard Simmons.
How can you mark the date?
It was February 15th was the first time he didn't show up to class at Slimmons, where he's been teaching for 40 years.
Okay, Richard had this exercise studio, it's called Slimmons, and he would be there like regularly. Like you don't walk into Wendy's and actually see Wendy with the braids cooking a burger.
No.
But you could walk into Slimmons and be taught by Richard Simmons.
3 times a week, $12 a class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that how you met him?
Yeah, the first I found out that you could take a class with Richard Simmons, and I said, I'm doing it.
Is it because you wanted to slim down or because you were a fan?
It wasn't because I wanted to slim down, thank you.
Yeah,
No. I do. I'll take 15 pounds in a second. But it was more because I was interested in him. I'm a documentary filmmaker.
Okay.
And I went, and the first time I met him, the class was insane, spectacular. Have you ever taken it?
No,
it's
but he's been here before, and his personality, Richard's personality is like no other. I mean,
Yeah.
he wears his poom-poom shorts, throws his legs up high.
Yeah.
I mean, Richard was just such a gregarious person, or is such a
Absolutely
gregarious person. I can't imagine him just going missing without a big explanation.
Yeah.
So, what's your theory?
Well, the podcast explores a bunch of theories. Some are a little weirder than others.
Macabre, like, please, he's not transitioning.
No.
In my
He's
mind.
absolutely not transitioning. Anybody who knows, well, I shouldn't say absolutely not. Anybody could possibly be transitioning. Is it our business? No. But he's always been, I think where that rumor got started was because he dresses like a woman. But he dresses like a woman all the time. And he was doing it in the 80s on his talk show. He does it in public now. I've also seen him dress like King Tut. So he dresses like...
He's also never addressed his sexuality, but I don't think he needs to.
He doesn't need to as far as I'm concerned.
Richard, I know you're watching because I know that you watch our show. People are also thinking that you're depressed. Richard, are you depressed? Dan, is Richard depressed?
I certainly am not in a position to know that. I do know that he has a history of depression, which he's acknowledged before. I also know that things happened right before he disappeared that may have led to him becoming depressed.
Well, his 8th Dalmatian.
Yeah, Richard Simmons
Passed
had
away.
at least 8 Dalmatians. They were all named after characters in Gone with the Wind. And this was Hattie, and I met Hattie, and Hattie died at 17. It was the last of the pack. And so for somebody who really feels, period, but somebody who really loves their animals like that, I just had a dog die a couple weeks ago. I get it.
Okay, then the knee thing.
Then the knee thing. He's been having trouble with his knees. I mean, he's been doing aerobics for a long time. That's got to wear on you. He had knee surgery on one knee, and he had to get it done on another. He's afraid of surgery. He doesn't like anesthesia.
And people are saying he's gained a lot of weight. So that's why he's hiding.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that. It's certainly possible.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I've heard.
Okay, and then the biggest thing is that the rumor is that Teresa, the housekeeper, is holding him hostage. Now, I did not believe this theory, although after hearing more, it bears investigation.
It absolutely...
Don't
Don't do that.
No, go ahead, Dan.
It absolutely bears investigation.
Okay.
I will say that I've met her several times. She is lovely. But it is an unusual relationship. She's been his housekeeper for 30 years. They're like a married couple. They acknowledge that. And unfortunately, it's just the sort of thing that where nobody's answering the questions that it just makes everybody say, what's
Tell
going on?
them about the dinner party, or I will.
My husband...
Go ahead.
My husband, as I was getting to know Richard, my husband and I went over to his house for dinner, which was amazing. His house is amazing. Supposedly, the house was featured as a plantation house stand-in in Gone with the Wind, but I can't prove it, so I'm not sure.
Get to the point.
Okay.
You know what I'm looking for.
I know what you're looking for. Teresa, Richard served dinner. Richard made dinner. Richard cleaned up. And Teresa, the housekeeper, sat at the head of the table.
What?
It's true. But that's okay. They could have an unusual relationship. Lots of people do. I do.
That's true. that is true. But I
Yeah.
just found that rather suspicious.
It's unusual.
I don't think, I kid with you, Teresa. I don't know you, but I don't think that you're holding Richard. I think that Richard is, this is weird to me.
It's weird.
So reps say that Richard just wants to be left alone. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's what the reps say.
But why, that's not our Richard.
No, it's not our Richard, which is, that's the big question. I mean, Richard Simmons is a superhero.
Listen, when the Hollywood bus passes his house,
Yeah.
he's the one who runs outside to take pictures with everyone on the bus. I'm not lying,
No,
right?
no.
Right?
Constantly. Yeah, constantly.
Right?
It is his thing. It is his thing.
But then, in the past 3 years with this miscellation,
Yeah.
they have built a gigantic wall around Richard's house.
No, well, they've added another fence. There's
Well, I was trying to be dramatic.
There's no. But the weird thing is, there's no doorbell. There's no knocker. There's no way to actually reach the people inside the house. So
That's what screaming's for.
not funny.
Hey-oh!
It certainly adds to the confusion for
Okay.
sure, and everybody just wants to know he's okay.
And the last time we heard from him was about a year ago. He called the Today Show.
Correct.
And he said that he was okay. What are your thoughts on that particular phone call?
I think it was the first time that anybody had heard his voice in 2 years. It was the first proof that anybody had that he was alive. So I think that it still raised questions because he didn't. It was a phone call, a pre-taped phone call instead of showing up in person. And Richard Simmons is all over the place.
So, but Dan, with a podcast, like, who are your guests on the show? Like,
I know it's a narrative podcast, so it's like a documentary, but audio only. And we don't talk to any fans of Richard. We talk to friends, people that he has built relationships for years, sometimes decades, people who he's helped lose hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
He's saved lives.
Yeah.
And those were intense relationships that he built.
Yeah.
And they were relationships that he stopped like that. And so it's concerning.
So he's a watcher of our show. Hopefully he has his TV on. Dan, give Richard a message, please. First of all, Richard, this is not the real you. Really, Richard, stop making us all worried. Dan, hit it.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
How you doing?
I just want Richard to know that he's loved, and he should live his life any way he wants, and we just want to know he's okay, and we wanted to know that he is respected, and we know how incredible he's been, and we want to be able to do the same for him.
Dan, it was nice to meet you.
Thank you so
for
much.
being here.
Right on.
Listen to the Missing Richard Simmons podcast. It's available on iTunes right now. It's #1, by the way.